Susmita Devji.
Thank you, sir. Sir, today the debate is a very novel experience for me, for the reason that we are debating the supplementary grants and the appropriation bills regarding the union budget, and at the same time we are debating the general budget of the state of Manipur. सर सच पूछिए तो मैं थोड़ा नर्वस चल रही थी कि दोनों को कैसे कंबाइन करूं, हाउ टू गेट माय head around the figure. But in the last 10 minutes, I am feeling slightly more confident about this speech. Because if a member of the Council of Ministers can mistake a debate of a ministry with a budget, then I'm sure that this House will give me some leeway. Thank you, sir. Honorable Finance Ministers amongst us, I'm happy to see that. And as regards the union budget, an additional spending of about 6,78,508.10 crores for 25-26 with 52 grants and 3 appropriations that have passed in the Lok Sabha have come to the Rajya Sabha and have to be returned from here. Sir, the backdrop is grim, and I would not like to repeat all the points that various members of the opposition have already stated in the discussion of the general budget. I am sure that the entire nation knows what is the state of affairs when it comes to household savings, food inflation, income inequality, share of manufacturing, unemployment, etc., and the value of the rupee. So this government has kept us all very busy in slogans. And there is one particular slogan which I think every member will speak about, and honorable member who spoke just before me said it, is coined by none other than the BJP, aggressively used by none other than the Honorable Prime Minister and the ministers of the Government of India, which is double engine. So what does the word double engine mean in a campaign in a state legislature? I don't know, but I can give a plethora of examples, and this is my view that double engine comes as an intimidation to the people of the state. That if you want the desired pace, if you want the desired rate of progress in your state, then please do vote for the BJP, because the BJP is in the center. That's how the term double engine has been coined. Sir, you may say that this is a bald allegation, it is not relevant to a debate on supplementary grants, but I will try my best to justify myself, sir. In the case of Bengal, we hear all the ministers constantly targeting Bengal, and you have heard our honorable members of parliament representing Bengal repeatedly saying that 1.7 lakh crores under various heads from the center are pending for the state of Bengal. 7,000 crore of NREGS depriving 59 lakh workers, and 8,000 crore of Awas Yojana. So if today I am very relieved that it is a standing committee, none less than the standing committee, which has said at page 63, para 3, that release of NREGS funds to Bengal is strongly recommended. Is strongly recommended, sir. And why? In expressing its disappointment in no increment in the budget of NREGS, they have called NREGS a social security, a network that actually helps by giving 100 days of jobs to people who wish to work but do not have employment. I want to ask the Honorable Minister that you talk about irregularities, but the NREG Act, which is an act, it is not some ordinary scheme, in section 27 does put some duty on the Government of India. What is that? That if there is an irregularity, you can investigate, you can institute, you can send a team look at it, but it is incumbent on the government of India to institute proper remedial measures for proper implementation within a reasonable period of time, sir.
Yes.
Since the last assembly election, this is pending. There is a case pending in High Court, but the government of India is refusing to solve this problem. So this is not an attack on Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. This is an attack, a direct attack on the people of Bengal. And I appeal that on humanitarian grounds, please release this fund. Sir, today, my colleague Riturbrata Banerjee has already stated, it's not just about Bengal. Today, I feel compelled to speak for Tamil Nadu and Kerala, where their railway budgets have been consistently cut. And the figures are in my hand, but it has already been stated. This is another example of saying, double engine agar nahi hoga, to paisa nahi milega. This is a debauchery of federalism, sir. This is an insult to our constitution and our electorates who have repeatedly shown that they vote in one way in the panchayat, they vote another way in the assembly, and they had choose to vote another way in the Lok Sabha. Every chief minister must accept that and every central government must accept that. और जो डबल इंजन बीजेपी की सरकार चल रही है सर, उनको मैं बता दूं एक बात कि even they have not been spared. From what? From cess. Finance Commission has repeatedly said that please do away with the practice of increasing cess and surcharges for the simple reason that it adversely impacts the divisible pool of taxes. It is a less transparent way and states do not get an allocation from it. But till today, Government of India is blind to those recommendations. So, your double engine, where you have BJP chief ministers, I speak to them and appeal to their conscience that you may think you are one of the drivers in the state, but actually you are not driving that second engine. So I come to Manipur. मणिपुर के लोगों ने तो देश के प्रधानमंत्री को दो टर्म डबल इंजन सरकार दिया सर, 17 में दिया, 22 में दिया और 22 में एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी में दिया सर. पर आज what happened? What has this double engine सरकार given to the people of Manipur? सर मैं तो मणिपुर एक बार ही नहीं 1000 बार गई हूं. मेरे क्षेत्र के पास में ही मणिपुर का सर बॉर्डर है. सर मैंने जो अपनी आंखों से देखा है वो मैं बोलती हूं कि मणिपुर इज बर्निंग. मणिपुर इज बर्निंग एंड आई appeal to the Honorable Finance Minister of India that Madam, today what we expected for our neighboring state, जिसको Jewel of India कहते हैं, that you will not give us a run-of-the-mill budget. We don't want a run-of-the-mill budget. It was a golden opportunity for Prime Minister Modi to vindicate himself, and I had introduced that idea in the Parliament saying, give them a package. Today, I will not say that there are no allocations for Manipur. That would be lying. It is documented. Today, what are they saying? They are saying that we will give you 500 crores in the contingency fund. Contingency fund is for what? For unforeseen circumstances or situation which the assembly has not approved. Sir, सिर्फ 500 करोड़ रुपए मैं आपको सिर्फ एक आंकड़ा देती हूँ. And I request the minister to reconsider this. Internet shutdowns in Manipur alone have been 212 days, 5,088 hours out of the total of 7,812 hours nationwide. What is the estimated loss? I am not saying this. NGOs and reports, independent NGOs are saying it, that the total loss to India is $585.4 million US, and 60% of the internet disconnect was in Manipur. So let us make an estimate what is the loss.
Shame.
Government has said that they will give you PM Shri funds, some 750 crores. I thank you for giving that. But sir, PM Shri में अप्लाई करने के लिए जो स्कूल्स कंपीट करते हैं उनको पोर्टल में लॉगिन करना पड़ता है, उसके लिए इंटरनेट कनेक्शन की जरूरत होती है. टुडे व्हाट हैव वी सीन दैट स्टूडेंट्स कुड नॉट receive even money transfers, students who are studying outside Manipur. Today what we have seen that because of lack of internet, e-commerce even suffered, sir. Sir, today madam is talking about CRF funds, 66 days of blockade of National Highway NH2 and 37. What is the estimated loss? 1700 crores, 250 crores are there. And what is the allocation madam is given? She may inquire. Sir, आप रोड बनाइए, हम स्वागत करते हैं सड़कों का, हम स्वागत करते हैं रेलवे लाइन बनाइए मैडम, we want that. But I want to ask you, जो लोग सीना ठोक के एक्ट ईस्ट कहते थे, एक्ट ईस्ट कहते थे, मणिपुर के मामले में तो हो गया एक्ट लीस्ट, एक्ट लीस्ट हो गया। 22 महीने मणिपुर जलता रहा सर। स्मार्ट सिटी की बात एक सदस्य कर रहे थे, 700 करोड़। सर, इस स्मार्ट सिटी को देखने का मौका मुझे 2023 के दंगों के बाद मिला, क्योंकि हमारे नेता ममता दीदी ने पहला डेलीगेशन भेजा मणिपुर में जुलाई के महीने में 23। सन्नाटा था उस शहर में, सन्नाटा था सर, लोग नहीं थे, कर्फ्यू थी। आप इमारत बना सकते हैं, आप ब्रिज बना सकते हैं, आप बिल्डिंग बना सकते हैं सर, पर समाज को अगर एक साथ नहीं सी सकते तो दिस बजट इज जस्ट अ पीस ऑफ पेपर दैट कैन नॉट बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड सर। Sir, I can go on and on and on and on. All I ask, Madam Finance Minister, is Manipur is a small state, but Manipur is the gateway to East Asia, and unless there is peace in Manipur, the entire northeast area will remain disturbed. Sir, NHM mein, they have given 514 crores. But I'm sad to say that Manipur reported the highest average out-of-pocket expenditure in the country for institutional childbirth, which is one of the key priorities of NHM. And I would like to point out that this entire situation that has happened, that today we are having to debate the Manipur's budget here. I feel, sir, that today it's a case of missed opportunity that we could not give Manipur a message that we are with them. हम प्रधानमंत्री जी के विपक्ष में बोलते हैं, ये डेमोक्रेसी में होता है सर, पर मेरा मानना है कि पूरे सदन में जितने भी सदस्य बैठे हैं, चाहे वो मणिपुर के महाराज हो या जो एकमात्र उत्तर पूर्वांचल की सांसद में ऑपोजिशन में बैठी हूं, मुझे लगता है दैट कोई भी ये अस्वीकार नहीं कर सकता कि मणिपुर में जो हुआ दैट इज अनप्रेसिडेंटेड। ऐसा नहीं है कि मणिपुर में प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल पहले नहीं हुआ, जरूर हुआ, और मेरा विश्वास है कि बीजेपी के लोग बोलेंगे कि यहां हुआ, वहां हुआ, इस वक्त हुआ, उस हालात में हुआ, पर सर मैं ये कहती हूं जिस हालात में मणिपुर में प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल हुआ, ये देश कभी नहीं भूलेगा सर, ये देश कभी नहीं भूलेगा। मैं क्रोनोलॉजी समझा देती हूं सर। 3 मई को वहां पर हिंसा हुई। पहले मेरी कौम जो हमारे यहां सदस्य थी, उन्होंने 4 मई को ट्विटर में लिखा, सर लूट लिया गया वेपन्स को थाने से, आग लगा दिए गए गांव के बाद गांव, पर प्रधानमंत्री कुछ नहीं बोले, प्रधानमंत्री कुछ नहीं बोले। 29 मई को पीस कमिटी बनाया गया। अमित शाह जी, I admit he went to Manipur. I am not denying it, sir. He made a peace committee, but why didn't that peace committee work properly? Because they had objections to the honorable former chief minister of Manipur being a part of it. पर बीजेपी ने कोई कदम नहीं उठाया। सर 30 जुलाई को वीरेंद्र सिंह जी ने एक रेजिग्नेशन लेके जाने की कोशिश की, वहां पे उनको रोक दिया गया, पर दिल्ली से कोई नेता वहां नहीं गया। सब पूरा 2024 बीजेपी की एमएलए यहां आते रहे, कहते रहे कि परिवर्तन लाइए लीडरशिप में, पर बीजेपी ने कोई भी कदम नहीं उठाया। तो ऐसी क्या बात है, ऐसा क्या हुआ फरवरी में कि सीएम बीरेंद्र सिंह को हटाया गया, वो खुद जाके रेजिग्नेशन दे आए। सर क्रोनोलॉजी इज द की। answer to this question. आप देखिए, गवर्नर को हटाया गया जुलाई 2024 में और मिस्टर भल्ला जो इस वक्त गवर्नर है उनको लाया गया दिसंबर 2024 में। जिस स्टेट में प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल है एंड गवर्नर एक्सरसाइज पावर, मतलब ऐसे हालत है 6 महीने आसाम के गवर्नर को मणिपुर का चार्ज देके रखा। सर, स्टेट में इतनी अस्थिर व्यवस्था थी। देयर वाज नो फुल टाइम गवर्नर सर फॉर मणिपुर। क्या हुआ फरवरी में सर? फरवरी में यही हुआ, 2 चीजें हुई सर। पहला, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का एक ऑर्डर आया 3 फरवरी शायद, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, डॉक्टर सिंघवी इज हियर, और वहां सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि मणिपुर टेप्स को सेंट्रल फॉरेंसिक साइंस लेबोरेटरी में भेजा जाएगा। और किसकी आवाज वहां पर है जो कह रहा है कि हाँ मैंने मणिपुर में दंगे कराए, उसका जवाब 24 मार्च को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मिलेगा। द टाइड स्टार्टेड टर्निंग, सर। लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट,
मैं आपको अनुमति नहीं, आप बैठिए, आप बैठ जाए बिना अनुमति के बोले। जितना आप बोल रहे हैं उतना टाइम मैं एक्स्ट्रा दूंगा उनको। आप बैठ जाए,
अगस्त 2024,
आप बैठ जाए, अन्यथा आई विल नेम यू।
12 August 2024, Manipur state has had no assembly, sir. What does the constitution say? Article 174 of the constitution is very clear. अगर 6 महीने के अंदर दूसरी बार, you cannot have a gap of more than 6 months, sir, between 2 assemblies as per Article 174. What was the deadline? 12th February 2025. क्या होता अगर असेंबली बैठती 12 फरवरी के? यही होता कि मणिपुर के मुख्यमंत्री नो कॉन्फिडेंस में हार जाते। दिस इज द क्रोनोलॉजी सर, और इसीलिए 9 फरवरी को सीएम बीरेन्द्र सिंह जी का इस्तीफा लिया गया। 2 दिन वहां बीजेपी बैठी, कोई कंसेंसस नहीं हुआ, उन्होंने रेजिग्नेशन के बाद सरकार नहीं बिठा पाई। 13 फरवरी को प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल हुआ। सर, प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल टुडे वाज नॉट इम्पोज्ड टू सेव मणिपुर। जब 22 महीने मणिपुर जल रहा था, प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल वाज इम्पोज्ड टू सेव the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Prime Minister from embarrassing political situation. And I tell you, sir, this has been exposed before the state. What do I expect from the Honorable Finance Minister? My non-partisan view is, Madam, send Manipur a package. With folded hands, I'm telling you, send them the right message. And I'm sure that people of Manipur will unite again. वो जो सदस्य बोल रहे थे, मैं उनके साथ सहमत हूं। मणिपुर के लोगों को बदनाम मत कीजिए। मणिपुर has fought insurgency for decades and come out of it. जो डबल इंजन की सरकार का मौका आपको दिया था, आप उस पर नहीं उतर पाए। मणिपुर के लोगों को फिर से यूनाइट कीजिए और उसमें प्रगति हो, यही मेरी रिक्वेस्ट।
थैंक यू।